Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Deal Reveal, where every week I bring to you a deal, sometimes two, in the US, and we are searching, we are scavenging for those golden deals, the deals that have both cash flow and equity. Bonsoir to you, Sylvie. I see that we found the chat function. It's nice to see you here. Today, there will be no guest speakers other than myself, and I'm going to bring to you two deals in the Midwest that you can take action on if you think that these are deals. And so, Benoit, if you think this is a deal, you can reach out to us. Catherine, David, Deborah, Eric, Jerry, Josiane. Hey, Josiane, how you doing? I know where you are right now. Julie, Leonard, or Leonard, Martin, Emmanuel, Olivia, nice to see you here as well. Pieter and Sylvie. These are the people who have logged in so far. We also are going to have the cross stream on Facebook. By the way, if you're not already part of our Facebook group and page, we got a page and a group, and there's slightly different information that comes on each. Make sure that you are chiming in for the updates and the most recent offers that we have for you. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Absolutely. Lots of hellos. I'm saying hello to everyone who's writing up in the chat here. So today, yes, all you can learn. I do want to remind you that we have a special little offer going on right now that we will give you a free coaching call just if you just use this link, go to our website, book a call with us. We will have one of our JK coaches coach you for free. We'll give you a free call. That's on my dime, on Janie's dime. And this call could literally save you thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands in mistakes. Some people think they can do it by themselves, and you're probably not wrong. Everybody can do this by themselves, but it's a matter of how much time, how many mistakes, how much energy and resources are you going to waste by trying to figure it out all yourself when you can literally leverage 10 years of experience that which we're bringing to the table for you. We want this call to earn you thousands, if not tens of thousands in equity and cash flow. It's an opportunity to meet some of our JK coaches. You may not have had the opportunity to meet them yet, and also plan your next move. It's not just about dreaming about a better life. It's about planning it and putting that first step into action. Plus, it's free. So what do you have to lose? So just a reminder. Don't wait for tomorrow, right? We don't know for how long we're going to keep giving these coaching calls because we're literally paying our coaches hundreds of dollars to coach you for free. So take advantage of it while it's there. Another free thing that we're giving away, you can just go to our website and see that our calculator, we're giving the same calculator I use to crunch the deals, not like on these deal reveals. On the deal reveals, I show you the quick trick, the 50% rules, those things. But before we actually buy a deal, like we teach in the All You Can Learn program, we use a very specific calculator, and we give you that calculator. All you have to do is go ahead and download it. So find a way to get that calculator. And if you really can't find it for whatever reason, just send us an email, info@jkrealestatepartners.com. JK team, if you can just drop that email in the chat right now so they can copy paste it, send us an email at their leisure. So that's it. This week, we're going to have two deals, like I said. So these are the deals of the week. We have one that's off market from Corey on Parkview Avenue for $65,000. It's a 4-1. It's a single family home, 4-bedroom, 1-bath home for $65,000. I even have some pictures. We're going to go see them. And I have an on-market deal. I very rarely bring on-market deals to the deal reveal because most times the deals that we find are off-market. You don't have to pay a seller commission, agent, realtor commission, and all this fun stuff. It's more direct to the seller. There's more negotiating power, all these benefits. However, this is something that came to me just yesterday. Tony, which is one of our realtors in the Cleveland market, he calls me up and says, "Hey, Kyle, someone backed out of a deal. Do you want it?" So it's almost as if it's off market. It's already pre-negotiated. They were asking more than 65, but it's been pre-mulled, and now we have an opportunity to jump into that buyer's shoes who backed out of the deal. And Tony knows to call me anytime this happens because I might want to buy it. I might want to put it on a silver platter for you. I can work these deals and I could save them, save his reputation, his buyer's reputation, and give you an accelerated path to a deal. So for all these reasons, I have an on-market deal for you today. Doesn't happen very often. But that's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. So we got 2 single-family homes today, each at $65,000. We're going to analyze them real quick. We're going to see if they make sense, if we have some cash flow here. And a big thank you to Corey and to Tony, who are bringing us some deals to consider. Your job is to say if this is a deal or no deal. At any point, you can give me an emoticone, give me a reaction right up in the chat. Say if this is a deal or no deal. All right. So I do see that we've got a bunch more people who jumped on since the beginning of the call. Welcome to all those. We've already like doubled or tripled the call volume just since we started. So it's nice to see you all here. Welcome. So let us begin. We're going to start with Parkview Avenue. Let's just take a first look at this property. I've got a couple of pictures for you here. So let's just take a quick look. This is pretty nice. This particular gatekeeper did some pre-work for us, brought us some pictures. You're going to see they also brought some comps for us to look at. So this is it. It actually has the view of a double, but it's a single. It probably might have been a double at some point, but this is what we're looking at. Again, 65,000. This is a 4-bedroom, 1-bath home. And again, it's not perfect. Look, there's probably a dog that is or was living here. You can see, I mean, it's not perfect, right? There's definitely some work needed, but our starting point is 65,000. This one can still be negotiated. I don't know the bottom line, but this 65 is the off-market opportunity that was given to me, and so you can definitely start your offer anywhere you want. So those are the pictures I have of the deal. So looking really quickly, when you see like this type of deferred maintenance, I would imagine that's not the only deferred maintenance in the property. I would budget at least 20,000 at least to get this in your mind going for this type of renovation, but it does look like it's tenanted as well, which leads to believe that the mechanicals are working. There shouldn't be any active leaks, but you know, we still need to inspect and find those things out. So here we have it. That's actually a 4-2 based on what the gatekeeper wrote up here. All the majors were just replaced in the property aside from the roof that's 10 years old. Hot water tank has a 2-year warranty. Furnace has a 5-year warranty. Plumbing and everything was redone. As you can see, the leaks in the photos previous to when they replaced everything needs a medium rehab as it's cosmetic. So look at that. They even went in there and they're saying it's about a $50,000 rehab bid. Remember, I didn't say it was 20. I said it's a minimum of 20. So I think it's safe to say that we can use their numbers. And look at that. There's this must have been updated very recently. Actually, 60. So 60 and a rehab of 50 would be all in for 110. They're saying it's has an ARV of 150. Now, all these numbers need to be confirmed during your due diligence period, obviously. But the point here on the deal reveal is very quickly you can get a sense of where the numbers lie. Are we buying this at a discount? Are we buying cash flow? That's what this is all about, okay? So if these numbers are true, if we're buying it for 60 or best offer, so I think a 50 is a pretty easy stretch that you can buy this for 50. And if you put 50 in, you're into it 100 and the ARV might be up to 150. And he even brought some comps for us. Look, these are active listings, right? What are they selling for? You got some really strong ones in here, 150, 160, 200, 250. You got some pending ones. Now, pending gives me more to believe than active listings. Active is a dream, is a hope, has not been contracted or sold yet. Look at the pending ones. Oh, look at that. Those ones are closer to the 90, 95 range. But again, these are similar conditions. So that's not an ARV. This is a similar condition where this one you might be able to buy for 50, but other people are trying to sell it for 80, 90, 95 in a similar condition. It's also a 4-2, not a 3-1. Okay, so you do have to use some critical thinking when you're looking at these. And then you have these sold comps. Now, these I like, right? These sold comps, you got the 4 bedrooms, the 1 baths, and you're in the 107 to 120. These are what I would consider to be more truthful, more valid, more accurate depiction. Again, that doesn't mean you just take this information, but this is good information to start on. So from what I'm looking at here, it's looking like our ARV is probably in the 120 range. And if we're buying it for 50, putting 50 in, we're in it for 100 and it's worth 120. Are we buying at a discount? It does appear so up front. So I went deeper. I mean, it's the first time I'm looking at this information. I'm looking at it with you live. But normally, if you've been on the deal reveal for a little while, you know that I put the property address in Google, followed by the word realtor, and I go and click on the property. Right, you might get different pictures. This is where I got the 4-1 single family, by the way, right? But it's actually a 4-2, great. And what I like to do is I like to go to the home value section. Home value, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down until we get to the home value section. See it? I've got a lot of pop-ups on my Zoom here, so I'm just trying to navigate between them. Let's see if I can find it. Nearby homes. There it is. There we go. All right. So you see here, this is why this is just an opinion of value. When I look at this trend, I see it's going up, but slowly. And I would have said this property value is probably worth about 90,000 just looking at this graph. But that's probably why this gatekeeper did the extra research and said, yeah, a lot of the properties are selling for about 80, 90,000. But that's similar condition. That's not an ARV, after repair value. That's an as-is value. And then he went on and found some sold listings, which, are at a higher value. So that's why if once you get very knowledgeable about certain areas, certain parts of town, you can be like, oh, all day long, this is showing maybe like an 80, 90,000 value in here, but I know better. This property really is worth 110, 120, 150, or whatever the case might be. Realtor.com, Zillow's Zestimate, these are online resources that are free, and they give you a good idea of where the numbers lie, but they can only predict based on the data that's inputted into the algorithms. And if in this area a lot of properties are being sold in similar condition and there aren't very many retail sales, you won't get a lot of the ARV comps that'll drag the value up, and that an appraiser would would value the property at. So, subtleties, but ultimately, are we buying at a discount here? To be determined. Based on these comps, yes. Based on this, no. So we're somewhere in between. I'm trying to give you as real of a view on this property as I can. I'm not sugarcoating anything here. The next piece here is, are we getting cash flow on this property? If you're looking at properties under 100,000, you're most likely in an area that you'd want guaranteed rental incomes, most likely. So Section 8, Eden, VA housing, something of the sort. And so instead of going to rental meter, I'm going to go straight to the Section 8 valuations of what a 4-bedroom will pay for in this area. So I'm just going to take a quick look at the zip code 44120. And it's not a special zip code, so it's just a standard one. So a 4-bedroom can pay up to $1,832 a month if the owner pays all the utilities and you get a tenant whose income and metrics work out, which, there's no guarantee of that. So what we like to do on something this size, I'd like to remove at least $300 off this number, because most likely you won't be paying all utilities. Or if you are paying all utilities, that's actually going to cost you on the other side. And so you have to compensate for that. And so that 1832, I'm just going to round it down about $300 down to $1,500 a month for this property. Then 12 months a year, you got about 18,000. And since you're in Cleveland, taxes are low. I'm going to use the 55% rule here because we are in Cleveland. This property is generating about 9,900 NOI, net operating income, per year. It's actually probably more than this, but I'm just trying to, this is a conservative estimate on how to run your numbers. Then if you're paying 50 and you're putting 50 into it, you're all in for 100,000. So if you divide your NOI by the total project cost, you get your cap rate, which is a 9.9%. You're basically at a 10 cap here on a property, a single family home that you need to confirm if it's at a discount or not. But a 10 cap on a single family home with guaranteed rents here, it's a pretty strong cap rate, all things considered. Um, I think it's average for a savvy investor investing in single family homes. So I think from a cash flow perspective, at a 10 cap, you are cash flowing. Your financing might be at 7.5%, and your cap rate's at 10. There's a good margin there. You're going to have cash flow off this property, given a Section 8 strategy. And buying at a discount, most likely we did see some sold comps at 120, 115. And if you're putting 50,000 into a property, I'm pretty sure your end result is going to be pretty nice, and you will hit the 120 range on an ARV. So it looks like we're buying at about a 15-20% discount, and it looks like you are buying some decent cash flow, not crazy cash flow, but some decent cash flow buying a 10 cap single family home. And so, with the two golden rules at play, is this a deal or no deal? Let me know. That's the first of the night. Amanda says she loves how Corey provides lots of info on his properties. It's a sign of a good wholesaler. I agree with that, Amanda. Absolutely. Now, keep in mind that their job is to sell the property, so they may disregard some comps that doesn't help their case, but those are hopefully all real data. And so, yes, it does help. It does give you a sign of where the market is right now. David's asking, what's the square footage? So I don't know if that was given right off the gate, but don't forget, you can go in county records. You can go on sites like Zillow, Redfin. I believe they have it right here, 1,400 square feet right there for you. Deborah's asking if you can duplex it. Yes, you can duplex it. However, typically it's going to be cheaper to just find another property that's a duplex if that's what you want, than trying to do these conversions. If you're doing a duplex, the layout has to be good. You have to add a kitchen, a bathroom, walls, maybe ductwork, like a second furnace, second hot water tank. Like, it's quite costly. The cost to convert something might very well be the down payment on another property. So very rare are the opportunities to that it's better to do a conversion than just buy another property. You might be in Toronto and you're thinking that's the only way you can cash flow is by converting those singles to doubles. That makes sense. And in a lot of very, very expensive markets, where creating a secondary suite might be $50,000 and you're almost doubling your income. I get that in those type of markets, that ratio makes a lot more sense. In Cleveland, just like mobile home parks, I'm going to do a quick side note. You buy a mobile home park, okay, it's zoned for 50 lots. You got 50 homes in it, but you're buying a piece of land that technically you could quadruple the size. Well, it's cheaper to buy another mobile home park than to develop the infrastructure to grow the park, on top of the zoning, the permits, and all these things. That it's quite the battle to change the original disposition, the original purpose of the asset. So excellent questions. And the more time you spend in the market, the more you'll realize where the money and the effort is best placed. So that's the first deal of the night. If you have any interest in this particular deal, I will put you directly in contact with Corey. Look, his number's right there. But it's better to go through us, and we can do the warm introduction so that he knows you're coming from the Deal Reveal, from the JK community, and that'll help in your negotiation, because I've already massaged these people to accept and understand that you're a remote foreign investor, that you might be a little bit more green in the US market. And so they will come pre-packaged with some patience for you, because you're working with our good karma, if you will. Okay, so that's the first deal. If you're interested, send us an email, info@jkrealestatepartners.com. Deborah, the type of cash flow on a property like this one, I would expect it to be about 150, 200 bucks a month after financing. Just ballpark numbers from the difference in the cap rate that we saw there between the financing and the cap rate. Next property. Okay, next property, and I got my screen's in the way here. We're gonna go to Judson Drive, also in Cleveland, another $65,000 property, 3-bedroom, 1-bath. I actually have walkthrough videos for this one as well. So if you're interested, Tony already did a walkthrough. We already have an inspection report done. All that is ready to go. I will say that the rehab is probably about 35,000 to 40,000 on this one. The big problem is the roof. Unfortunately, the roof is not that old, and as you can see, the condition, I think it's even better than the other one. That's why when I saw 40,000, 35 to 40,000 on the rehab bit, I was like, where are you going to put that type of money here? But the roof is a big part, and these pictures don't show it. We'd have to go to the inspection report. The roof itself is okay, but the wood, the not the framing, the support, you know, the wood part of the roof that's supporting the shingles and all this is rotten through, and the structure of the roof, not just the shingles, need to be replaced, and so that's a big job. That's a $10,000+ job that's eating a big part of that 35-40,000 budget. So they were originally above 70, they brought it down, and currently under contract and accepted at 65. I do believe there's a little bit more wiggle available, although they say they're firm at 65 and they want to get it done. But the current buyer pulled out, and now it's a matter of, if anybody's interested, we can step into those shoes, maybe do a little bit more on the negotiation, and off we go. So 3-1 single family home. It's in the Harvard Lee area, which is an area that I'm looking more at. 5 years ago, I wasn't looking here. The values were too low. You know, but prices have increased significantly in the last 4 years, and now see this Harvard Lee intersection. All right, if you're south and east of this area, I like it more and more. So we're here on Judson right here. Not too far from here, you have the Thistledown Racino. So it's like a casino with racehorses going on, not too far. So I like the area, no problem with the area. And so let's go back and see if our golden rules are being respected on this particular deal. So if we're buying it at 65 and we're putting 40 into it, we're all in for 105. Now, what is the value of this property? I like to go on realtor.com. That's where we're at. We look at these three lines and we kind of project them into the future. I always disregard the last little bit, especially if it's an on-market property, because they listed it lower. They know there's problems with the property, so they're listing it lower than its ARV. It makes sense. But that it falls as a data point in the algorithm, and it's a very recent data point. It's right now, so it holds a lot of value. So it's dragging the whole data down, which is not an accurate representation of the property's ARV. So I take the 3 data points and I draw a line, and I just keep going that line. I believe this property is probably worth about that 115, 120,000 based on this graph. I know it might look counterintuitive that all this data point is below 100, but look at this trend. This trend is a strong trend. That's just going up here, and I think it's probably about 120 on this. So if you pay 65 and you're in for 40, you're all in for 105. If it's worth 120, are we buying at a discount? Yeah, we're buying at another about 15% discount on this property. So we're buying at a discount. That's our first golden rule of real estate. Second golden rule of real estate is, are we buying cash flow? In this area, I think you can go Section 8 just as much as you can go cash paying tenant, but a 3 and a 4 bedroom, right? They're just so strong. They're just so strong with Section 8 right now that that guaranteed rent, is very, very appealing. So let's do the same exercise. Now we're at the 3 bedroom. So let's pull out our trusty dusty calculator. And if we have that 1720, I'm going to remove 250 for the utilities. So we're closer to that 1470 per month on this property after you pay for the utilities to make it a comparable analysis. There's 12 months a year. Again, we're in Cleveland, so taxes are fairly low for the property value. So again, we're around that $10,000 a year in net operating income. And again, if we're at the 65 to purchase and 40 to rehab, we're at 105 total. We're at a 9.2% cap rate. So as you can see, both deals are quite similar. This one's a little bit closer to turnkey. The roof is going to be one big piece of it, and then the actual property doesn't seem to be that bad. So we're at a 9.2 cap. You're probably going to get your financing somewhere in the high sevens right now. That's a varying number. Could be lower if you're an American, if you got a social security number, if you got US credit, a US partner, a visa, a US visa. There's ways to get the rate and your terms better. But if you're just starting out the gate, expect high sevens right now in the marketplace on something like this. So if you're getting your financing at high sevens and your cap rate's at 9.2, There's a good margin there. You're probably, again, going to make about $150 of cash flow per month on this property after all expenses, taxes, insurance, management, maintenance, mortgage, utilities, and even a $75 per month shit buffer budget in case you're off on your numbers or things go a little bit sideways that you weren't planning for. So, are we buying cash flow? Yes. Are we buying at a discount? Yes. We have our two golden rules at play. Tell me, is this a deal or no deal? On the deal reveal tonight. Two properties, two single family homes with cash flow and discount, one off market, one on market. So as you can see, just because it's on market doesn't mean it's not a deal. It just will take probably more looking and more offers than your off market properties. But tell me, do we like this one? Do we not like this one? Where are we at? What do we think? Let's pull up our new people. Amanda, Bassem, Benoit, Carolyn, Catherine, Charlotte, another David joined. I'm just saying the people who weren't on earlier. Dennis, two Erics joined us. Eunice, Francois, Isabel. Who else? Kim, Leo, different from Leonard from earlier. Loiselle, Lori, Oleg, SP, Stan, and I apologize if I missed anybody else. We like this one? I saw a couple of thumbs up. Right? Deal. Okay, now they're starting to come in. What about property crime rates in these areas? Definitely something to look into, Eric, in your due diligence based on your comfort level. I'm going to say right off the top of my head, where were these properties? The Lee Harvard for crime, no problem. It's your C-class, C- area. It's the perfect rental property, especially Section 8. That's bread and butter stuff. That's all right. It's definitely not in a war zone or anything like that. The other property on Parkview. Anyways, we can look at the due diligence if you're interested in that. Where is Parkview? Now I'm curious. You got me curious. I'll do it. Woodland Hills. This one most likely is a slightly rougher area than the Lee Harvard. Amanda says, worth getting under contract and doing your due diligence to make sure the numbers work. There, that's experience at play answering there. Lock it up, do your due diligence, and then decide if you're going to pull the trigger or not. Putting it under contract doesn't commit you to anything if you do it the right way. And that's exactly what we teach you in the All You Can Learn Pass. So yes, this area, we're pretty close to the, not the Playhouse Square. Why am I blanking on this? The Shaker Square. There we go. There's a nice movie theater right here I love to go to. But you are in the Buckeye Shaker, close to Woodland Hills. So this is D plus area right now. However, there's a bunch of grants going on, especially for local African American entrepreneurs and contractors who are Ohioans, Clevelanders. And this is one area right here. It's smack in the middle. All the way, I think it's all the way down to Imperial, between East 16th down to Imperial, up to 130th. This is a little opportunity zone. There's a lot of money going in here. I expect the property values in this area to jump up in the next 5 years. If you drive through here, you might think it's a little rough right now, but it just happens to be in one of those, what I think to be an opportunity area in Cleveland. I don't know them all, but I know this one. The Greater Cleveland Real Estate Investor Association's headquarter is just about 5 streets away from this property. So there are people who strongly believe in this area as the next comeback area. So with that being said, I think that answered probably more than you thought you were going to get off that question. But we have other people. Carolyn says it's a deal. Loiselle gives a thumbs up. Stan, deal. We got a lot of deals. Fantastic. So if you are interested in this one or the other or both, just send an email, info@jkrealestatepartners.com. But it does look like we have the core metrics in place. We're buying at a discount. We're buying cash flow. And from here, your negotiations. And from there, you can take maybe what you've learned in creative financing and master negotiations, all part of the All You Can Learn, to make this golden deal, which it is currently, into a diamond deal. And that would make everybody happy, would it not? So with that being said, those were the 2 deals of the week. If you are ready to take action on those, The email's in the chat. Thank you, JK team. Or maybe this is all too much work. It's all coming too fast, and you want a deal, but you don't want to work. You want that easy button. If you are, and you are part of the All You Can Learn already, you can sign up to the Deal Butler service, which is where I find deals, do the due diligence, underwrite, negotiate them, structure them, and all you need to do is show up to the closing table and buy the property. If that's of interest to you, then reach out, same email, join the All You Can Learn, sign up to the Deal Butler, and I will personally be finding deals for you. Here are some deals, just that this one closed, I believe it was today. No, it was yesterday. This one closed yesterday for a Deal Butler client. This one is one that we're buying tomorrow. This is a sixplex in Cleveland. This one's closing this week, another Deal Butler client. This one's a Deal Butler client closing in 2 weeks. This one, I don't have the final date set, but it was later in December. And this is another sixplex. So there is no lack of deals. The Deal Butler, I'm on track to closing 100 deals for our community this year, for you, not even our own, 100 deals for you. So if you want that service, I'm here, I'm available, I'm excited to find you some cash flow in the US. So compare, look at these properties for a minute here. We're buying this one. This one was purchased for $90,000. The sixplex is 150. That's a particularly special deal. This is a single family at 75, another single family at 125, but this is completely turnkey. This duplex at 70,000. Look at these price points. This sixplex here is 250,000. How do these compare to investment properties in your city? If you're chiming in from Montreal, maybe you're chiming in from Toronto, from Alberta, from Vancouver, how do these numbers compare to what you see back home? From an acquisition point of view, from a down payment point of view, from a cash flow point of view, right? How do they compare? Only you can answer that question. But all I know is 10 years ago, Jenny and I found an opportunity in the US. We found, a loophole, a glitch in the matrix, because these are amazing numbers and we are so excited. There's more than what we can handle ourselves. And so we're more than happy to find them, help you get your own deals, and make the community stronger. Benoit says, pretty good numbers indeed. Eunice, Nova Scotia, you're from Nova Scotia. Fantastic. I know there could be some deals out that way. I've heard of a couple. Not my specialty though. So there's the Deal Butler. Yes, you can show up on these Thursdays every week and hop on, but I only show 1 or 2 deals a week, and the first come, first serve. So if you're interested, go ahead. We go with the order of the people who come in. There's never any bidding wars, first come, first serve. And if you are really, really wanting to be 100% passive in the investments, well, we can also have a conversation about how we could work together as partners, as JV partners on deals. It is something that Janie and I are open to having conversations about. So if that's of interest, just reach out to us. We'll book a call. I'll have a call personally with you if that's the case, and we'll see if our investments and our strategies and our visions line up. So whether it be as a Deal Butler, as the host of the Deal Reveal, as a JV partner, as just your mentor, your coach, we want to help you in any which way that fits you best. So hopefully you found a deal or two in tonight's presentation. Thank you, Stan. I do think you're pretty incredible as well. So with that said, don't forget, we're giving a free coaching call, right? All you need to go is go to our website or go to jkrealestatepartners.ca/jkdiscovery, and we will get you going. Join the All You Can Learn. It's $1,000. We're giving you every single program that we've created. There's over 30. We've spent over $200,000 in learning this stuff in 10 years of our life, and we're giving it all to you. I think a lot better than how we received it, because I'm the one teaching it. But for $1,000, you get it all. And our big value proposition is we're going to keep on teaching. It's a 6-month program because we want you to get a result in at least 6 months, ideally 3 or 2. But in 6 months, we want you to get your first deal. And even if you don't, we're going to keep on supporting you. Right? We have a group coaching call every 2 weeks with one of our JK coaches. You're going to be on that call until you get your first deal or next deal in the US. All right. That's the value proposition with the All You Can Learn on top of the free coaching call. I think you're set. So yeah, that's our deal. I hope you had fun tonight. Learned a little bit more about JK, and We hope to see you in Cleveland soon because we did set the dates for our next epic bus tour in Cleveland. Now, don't be disappointed. It's like 6 months away. It's in May, May 2nd to 4th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you want to register, just go to our website, scroll to the bottom. There's a counter, a time counter going all the way down. Just click on that, RSVP your spots. Once that bus is full, the bus is full. And so tickets are for sale starting now. So that's our next epic bus tour. Don't miss the bus. Book your free discovery call and do now for tomorrow for the lifestyle you deserve. It was a pleasure being here once again. Have a great evening, and we'll see you soon.